Hey everyone, it's Alex Gaming here, and in this video, I'm going to be showing my new gaming PC that was custom built. I built a gaming PC, something I've wanted to do for years, and I finally got the money to do it, so this is it. Well, this is the desktop, but first I'm going to show the PC itself. It's down here. Okay. So, here it is. We have the sticker I put on for the i7 CPU. And here we have the front with case fans that are RGB. It looks really cool. Down here we have the panel, the front panel, which has the power button, a headphone jack, two USB slots. One of them has my mouse in it right now, my wireless mouse, and a USB-C. Now, this side doesn't have much, just a vent in the back, but let's look here where we have a glass view so that we can see inside of the CPU. Actually, we can't really see the CPU because it's covered by the core. We could see the inside of the PC in the case, though. That's what I was more meaning to say. Here, we can see the case fans from the inside. We have the motherboard, which is what all this is attached to. There's the RAM right there, two 16 gigabytes, so it adds up to 32. Here's the CPU cooler. It's a cooling fan, also RGB, which looks cool. And the CPU, of course, is underneath that fan. And here we have the graphics card, which is an MSI branded, but it runs NVIDIA GeForce. The fans aren't spinning because right now I don't really have any programs open that need heavy graphics. And under here is the power supply where everything is plugged into. And you can't see the SSD because it's underneath that heatsink right there. But there is an SSD. So yeah, this is what the inside looks like. I think it looks really cool. And now if we go to the back, we have the back motherboard port where I have a few things plugged in. There's, the Wi-Fi. These are for Wi-Fi antennas, which connect to this big thing I'll show you over here. This sort of fin for Wi-Fi, but I'm using LAN anyway. Yeah, there's a lot of USB ports here. There's an HDMI port and a display port, but that's only if you're using the integrated graphics, but I'm using a graphics card. Audio ports as well. And then down here is the graphics card ports. It has an HDMI and a display port and even like an older DVI, I think. Now here's the back with the power supply, which is plugged in, and here's the switch for it. So this is the PC. I'm proud of the build here. I think it's good. Now I still have the boxes so I can explain which are most of the components that I used to build it. So this huge box right here is for the case. It's a Corsair Frame 400 series. There it is. It's a nice case. I like it's nice and big. It has room. There's case fans. There's ventilation. I was going to get the black one, but they were sold out. But I was perfectly okay with getting the white one, too. I still think it looks nice. And it has room for the ATX motherboard. So next up, I'll show you guys the CPU that I got. I went with this Intel Core i7 14700K, so the 14th gen i7. This is the top i7 CPU right now that's released. I went with this one because I wanted decent power. I wanted to get more than the i5, which is what my laptop had, so I went with the most powerful i7 available. And I didn't go with the i9, which is the most powerful out of all the Intel Core i CPUs, but that was kind of out of budget for me, and I didn't really need an extremely powerful one. I was good enough with this one that has decent power. And for the RAM, I got Corsair Vengeance 32 gigabytes DDR5 with 6400 megahertz. And as people probably know, RAM has gone way up in price because AI companies are buying out a lot of the RAM, because all the host servers for AI websites on the cloud, like ChatGPT and all those other ones, there's a whole lot of them. I'm not going to list them all. Those computers need a lot of RAM to host. So because the AI companies bought a lot of the RAM, now the companies that sell the RAM are like, we'll make the price higher so we can get money. But then PC builders are stuck having to overpay. Luckily, I didn't, because with my job that I have, I got an employee discount on the RAM. A few other components too, but the RAM was the big one. I got it for what would basically be close to the normal price before this rise. So that's the RAM I went with. I was good with 32. I didn't get 64. I really don't know what I would do with 64. I don't think I'm going to be running anything that actually needs that much. Alright. Next component I can show you guys is the SSD. You couldn't really see it because it's covered by a heatsink that came with the motherboard. I got this one. Seagate 1TB FireCuda 530R. It's an M2 PCIe Gen 4 SSD. Yeah, it has a terabyte. It's 7,400 megabytes per second, which is pretty good. I got Seagate. I like Seagate. It's also the same brand of external drive I'm using for my PlayStation. I went with a terabyte because that's all I needed for now. I think I should be good with a terabyte. If it ever does get full, I can always just install more of these because there's room for multiple on the motherboard. Now, for this power supply, I got the Corsair R750e, which has 750 watts. I used like a PC part builder website online, and I looked at the wattage that it was using. This is like using 200 more. This thing has 200 more than it's actually using, according to that website at least. I don't know how accurate it is, but nothing's going wrong. So this power supply is good to supply the amount of power that I needed for the PC. The back, there's different information on the back. Next, I think I should show off the motherboard box. So I went with this Asus Tough Gaming Z790 plus Wi-Fi. As you can see, it supports all these features. The right socket type for the CPU I got. PCIe 5, although I wasn't using 4, I think, HDMI. It supports Wi-Fi. That's what that antenna thing on top is for. And it has RGB, which is really cool, too. Although the RGB is less. It's less noticeable because it's only on a small part, but still a really cool motherboard. You can see there's the box with all the things that I have. Yeah, really cool motherboard. And the last thing, I don't have a box for it because this GPU right here, it's an MSI gaming GPU that is a GTX 970. And I know that that is an older GPU. And the deal with this is that I didn't buy it. My friend Anthony had it from his stepbrother. And he had no need for it because he already had a better one in his PC. So he decided to give it to me as a starter GPU. So this is the one I'm going to be using for now until I eventually buy a newer one. But this one will be good. It runs stuff well. It's still way better than my laptop's integrated. So this was overall an upgrade for me. I'm happy with it. So that's basically my PC. The physical part, at least. Now, if we go up to the monitor, I can show you that I got the... Hold on. So I put the exact same wallpaper that I already had on my laptop. I got my wallpaper engine back, and I transferred my data, so I got all of my desktop icons back. I moved the data from my user folder, and then some stuff that had to be reinstalled, I just reinstalled it. But yeah, I pretty much made this like an exact copy of my laptop's desktop. You know, I wanted it to be the way I was used to. Have all of these. And for the OS, I went with Windows 11 since Windows 10 is out of support since October. And it's alright because I was used to Windows 11 from my laptop anyway. I was already planning on getting Windows 11 even if it wasn't out of support. Even if 10 wasn't out of support. And I actually went with not the original one. I decided to go with Windows 11 Pro. I was thinking, why not go with the Pro version instead of the Home if it has more features? And these are basically some of the specs that it has on here. 32 gigabytes of RAM, Intel Core i7. We can also go to the task manager and see the performance. It looks like things are performing pretty good. And I also installed this program to see how the cooling is going. It can basically tell you like the temperatures of the stuff. I think those are pretty good temperatures for the fact that nothing's running right now. And yeah. You see that graphics card only has 4 gigabytes, GTX 970, but it's still good for now. And there's one more thing I realized I forgot to show you guys the box for. The cooler. I went with this Thermaltake UX200SE CPU cooler. It is a fan, not liquid. I just went with this because it was in the budget. Liquid ones are more expensive. I wouldn't mind an all-in-one liquid because you don't have to manage anything, but custom loop, I don't think I have the skills to do that. This cooler is good. It's keeping it cool. It has a heat sink. The fan's RGB, like you can see it's in here. That's the cooler. And that's all the parts of my PC. So I will be making videos with OBS because I'm pretty sure now I'll actually be able to record PC games with OBS or stream with Streamlabs without it lagging, thanks to the higher CPU and actually having a graphics card. So that'll be good. And that's all for this video. I just want to say shout out to Anthony, my friend. His YouTube channel, sorry, I think I got the hiccups. His YouTube channel is the Alucard Gaming. He helped me build this PC since I had helped him build some of his back in late October. So yeah, he helped me with part of building this. Noah was there too. He was watching though, since he doesn't really know much about building PCs yet, but we could always teach him. That's all for this video, and I'll probably upload a gaming video, and I'll call it the first video on my new PC. Not sure when I'll do that, hopefully sooner than later. And that's it, everyone. Goodbye.